Two of the biggest breakdowns are gossip and distractions. So, fun fact, workplace gossip and drama account for nearly 30% of lost productivity, while digital distractions eat another 2+ hours a day. So we know that given that what we have, you look at the different times that you have, you might have a little short break. And maybe it's in the lab, maybe it's in your lunchroom. But either way, it's either going to be gossip, which is going to bring on drama and energy vampires and all the things, or it's a digital distraction.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gloves Off. I am here this week again with
Anastasia Turchetta.
Anastasia. Thanks for coming back. So, last time we talked about healthy boundaries between dentist team members back to dentists. I think an equally, certainly important topic are how we create boundaries teammate to teammate, because turns out we're not all getting along in dentistry today.
That is right. That is true.
Yeah. So, okay, with that, what boundary issues do you see causing like the biggest breakdowns between team members in dentistry today?
Two of the biggest breakdowns are gossip and distractions. So, fun fact, workplace gossip and drama account for nearly 30% of lost productivity, while digital distractions eat another 2+ hours a day. So we know that given that what we have, you look at the different times that you have, you might have a little short break. And maybe it's in the lab, maybe it's in your lunchroom. But either way, it's either going to be gossip, which is going to bring on drama and energy vampires and all the things, or it's a digital distraction. And either way, that's eating away at your time that you don't have. And that's not what you're there for to do. You're not getting paid to do that.
Yeah, and you know, I know you talk about like time, energy, and emotions. I'm going to say at least what I've witnessed is emotionally, energy wise, both of those added. Like when people are gossiping, I think what we've learned at this point in our careers and in life is if somebody brings gossip to me, then odds are when I'm not in the room, the gossip is probably about me. So can we dive into that one just for a few seconds? Like,
Yeah.
how do we crush gossip in a dental
That's a great
practice?
question. And it starts with leadership. So, again, the dentist has to model the role of leadership. And it's how do you want to be treated? And what is the follow through with that? So I would bring it up and discuss it, whether it is in, team meetings and share what your boundaries are and what is expected, because we don't often bring that up. We could say, look, guys, we don't want to have, any drama, but what is that? And what is gossip? If you have to just place it and make it fun, but create a little sign that's basically like a no gossip zone. This is gossip free. This is a gossip free zone or something like that, where people get it, they look at it, they probably will roll their eyes, but guess what? It's at top of mind. And if that's a boundary for you and you're modeling the role of leadership, it does start with you. And that means no matter how frustrated you are with a dental team member or anyone, you got to zip your lip too.
Okay. And I'll tell you, like over our years, gossip for us was you were involved in gossip if you were throwing it out there, but also if you're the team member or dentist who's listening to the gossip, guess what? You're a participant. So
Yeah. And
both sides.
negative energy is just as um it comes upon us just as easily if we choose positivity. And it's very interesting how people don't think that. But the more that you are around, if somebody is not gossiping, then that's going to have the same amazing impact on the team. If someone is gossiping, then the same thing will happen. It's just different. And it's about a mindset thing and learning to
Mhm.
train your brain to literally, you can get up and just walk away and just be like, you know what? I'm just going to go do a mindfulness, breathing exercise and I'll be back. And people will then learn that you're not in the gossip wheel.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here's a question because I believe that there are a lot of really great team members out there. And sometimes I think that really great team members think they're doing something that's super healthy for themselves, for the practice, by looking out for other people on the team who maybe have stuff going on in their lives. So what's the risk with a team member who confuses like being that team player who's always there for somebody else
Yeah.
and just being like that proverbial like emotional sponge.
Wow. I feel it's really hard because the way that we all come into a work environment, some of us are just taught different things. So basically, if you're an overachiever, people pleaser, or like most likely you were the person that never says no. So
Mm.
people are just, if you never say no and you even think because of blurred boundaries, there's a great potential for you to just feel like, oh, wow, it's on my plate to do this. And when it is on your plate to do that, guess what accompanies that? Then people will just take advantage of you. You'll have resentment and burnout. And really, that's just not being your best for yourself, your patients, and the people around you even after work. So it's fascinating to me is just to take a step back and pause and just either say, I would love to help you do X. I've got stuff in the lab to do, or I've got 3 patients on hold and I've got to figure out how I'm doing this case presentation or something with them, whether it's a financial, consult that you're doing. It could be anything else as long as it's clearly patient care or what your professional role is. It's just define it and learn to make that break of overachieving and people pleasing, because really that's sacrificing where your energy and emotions are coming from.
Yeah, so hear that loud and clear, team members. There's a difference between being a team player and always being helpful and supportive and somebody who consistently picks up everybody else's slack, throws it on your shoulders, and makes their problem your problem instead of having people be accountable for who they promise to be too. All right, Anastasia, real quickly, like one big take home for today.
One big take home, I would say, if it's going to be this is like one of my favorite things that I've read is just, your workplace, the gossip. Let's just go back on that to end it. Workplace gossip would be like sugar on your teeth, and it will eat away everything that it will create a cavity in your culture. And so boundaries help with that. So if you can do that and model it after that, you're going to be on the road to success.
Look at us getting all dental today. Well, listen, I know you're busy. Thanks for being here today. We're going to bring you back another time because there's one more group we need to talk about. So thanks for being here today.
Thank you for the opportunity.